Ta-da! Spontaneous mastery. What a great group. I love it. Fantastic. And we're from all kinds of places over the world. So that's exciting too. So, yes. So, look, before I even dive into all this, let's all just like take a deep breath, line up together for an awesome call, for your own mastery to come surging to the fore. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Spontaneous mastery. Um, I'll describe it like this. I think masters of old, I mean, I think there was probably a few that were born with it, but mostly I think it was a disciplined, devotional, you spent years honing your skill and learning techniques and et cetera, et cetera. Whereas modern day masters, we kind of like make stuff happen. And sometimes we don't know quite how we made stuff happen. It just happened in the space of being up to something big, which I think is extraordinary. And often it happens, for me anyways, when we're all together, just like this. So you kind of, there's something, the whole intelligence of the world, the universe, humans, life on Earth, everything has radically evolved, especially in the last year, if not for some time now. And there is now what I would call a collective intelligence, which includes source intelligence, universal intelligence, oceans, forests, whales, bees, humans, the global internet consciousness, all of it. And it seems to me that when we get up to something big, especially together, and we let go of goals, outcomes, agendas, a desire to have it look a particular way or think we're going to do something. When you just go into it, you expand, you connect, you like get in that space. And then you kind of like, I think we're activators. So you activate something. And that intelligence, why I talked about it, is because that intelligence is in all of us now. And I think that that intelligence guides us. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Michael.
Right.
Hey, I was just describing what spontaneous mastery is to everybody. So what I want to do on this one is talk about and play. I want us to experience together having your own spontaneous mastery and having our collective spontaneous mastery come through for us as an experience, because I think you get more from an experience than me talking for a long time. So I think we'll do it that way. But I also want to say that spontaneous mastery, there is also your own unique mastery that you were probably born with. So everybody has it. Everybody has a genius in them, a mastery in them. They have access to the superpowers. And we've been honing those unique powers, especially over the last decade, 2 decades, maybe even for a whole life for some of you. For me, it's been about 30 years, but for some, it's been a whole lifetime. And one of the beautiful things about the design of all this is that the unique superpowers and mastery of you fit beautifully with the spontaneous mastery that's trying to happen. So you don't ever really lose that unique mastery of you. You bring it to the creation, but then you let go and you see what gets created. You with me on all that? Okay, good. It's like I think that could all sound pretty wild maybe to some people, but that's kind of how I see it happening. And as long as you're up to something big and great, spontaneous mastery will just be there. It just is. I mean, you've all had experiences like that. Let me just see. Show of hands.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, well, I'm talking to the choir, the experts already. So there you go. Excellent. Yeah, I love it. It's exciting, isn't it? And I think we're doing this because we are here to get the world to become so brilliantly awesome that it's breathtaking. And that's in the face of chaos, crazy, nonsensical, everything's dissolving, going awry, all that kind of stuff. But we're sitting inside that, learning how to turn chaos into possibility, problems into potential, et cetera, et cetera, by using this kind of especially collective spontaneous mastery, but also our unique superpowers. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody want to ask anything or say anything before we go into playing with it and having some experiences with it? Any questions? Any comments? Okay. Okay, good. All right. So some of you are in the Murmuration of Maestros group, so we're used to doing this quite regularly, and some not. So let's just first take a deep breath and connect to your greatness, whatever that is, however you do that. And you can immediately feel the whole field of us starts to come alive. It's got like a sparkly charge to it. Anybody else notice that? It like goes like the field lights up, kind of. Could you feel that? Okay. And then we connect together, all of us on the call, and to whatever other sources or versions of life or whatever are yours to connect with. So we become a giant collective space. And then with no directives, no agenda or anything, I'm going to just say, go, do your thing, see what happens. Just like spontaneously, see what we individually and collectively create together. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I want a few of you to say what happened. Not all of you, if you want to. Anybody who wants to say, what did you experience? Because what you'll see when you do that is how synergistic it is all together. It's not like we might have all done the same thing, but how synergistic what we did get comes together into a bigger picture. So anybody want to say? Yeah, Bobby, go for it.
I'll start. Um, so I've already had a call this morning where I was playing in the co-creation fields and realized that this experience for me is co-creating and weaving a meta weaving, the biggest possible whatever, and landing pads of possibilities. So I don't know what those are. I'm just being with the one I call Infinite Mother, and we're seeding and feeding and expanding the field for whoever we're playing with to do their thing, like creating these islands of coherence that each one is doing. And we're kind of holding a very big basket for everybody to play in.
Beautifully said. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Anybody else want to say?
I'll go. Uh, it's it's like you forget everything as soon as you download things. But then again, it's my sensing is that it's about playing and creating and not allowing what is showing up for so many in face of everything. We are like pressing our nose to that sheet that holding us back for this great jump through, and it's not believing in those limitations and just continue doing what we're doing and co-creating. And it doesn't matter if we have name for it or word, it's just coming together and doing this work.
Yes. Yeah. Because it is, we are, like I said, each one is unique. We might have unique sources, connections, orientation, ways we do it. It does not have to follow any particular belief or connect a way or directive. It's better if with spontaneous mastery if you do know directives, because then then each person goes into their own mastery. And that's the first thing I got as we came together was it was like a declaration of mastery in the world. Like that, not just us, but there are modern day masters in the world. Here we are, there. And then, and I've seen this for the last maybe couple of maestro calls we've been doing, the there's something happening with the earth itself. Something is elevating and evolving beyond how we know the earth and understand the earth. And it is becoming something extraordinary, really exciting. Like not just, oh yeah, we'll rejuvenate the lands, we'll rewild nature and we'll fix the energy systems in the world. It's so beyond that the earth itself is becoming something grand and new. Did any of you pick up anything about the earth while you were doing that? I'd be interested to see. Oh, you did, Sheila. Yeah, interested. Colin, did you stick your hand up too?
Yeah, I didn't, not specifically the Earth, although the energy that I was connecting with, I'm calling the stillness for the moment. It's right, the deepest. So the stillness for me is the infinite potential that hasn't yet moved.
Yeah.
And then what I was getting was I am the stillness that breathes. We were talking about this on a call, that as soon as now the stillness is moving, and I am the instigator of that movement. And my breath is sacred. And that's where I sort of get really, wow, this is moving. This is this is this is the thing that unlocks me, if you like, at the moment. And next week it will be a different bunch of language, I'm sure. But today, that's what's unlocking me. And I felt, like what Bobby was saying, there's what we're holding is massive. So it's not even a personal thing. It's that we're holding the whole thing. Each and every one of us holds the whole thing.
Yeah.
Creation itself. We're creation machines, but we do it together. So when we do it together, wow, then something's really happening. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was just sitting there you know, doing what I do.
Gorgeous. I love it.
Well,
Yeah, Sheila, go for it.
Oh, somebody else started to say something?
it's okay, you go. I'll go after you.
Okay.
Okay. So I was called to be awake to the waters of the earth, and got a sense of that it's, that the waters know where the waters need to go.
Mm.
And there's enough water. I mean, the earth is fine with water. It's just there's been some breakdowns around, but the waters know that that it's all ultimately going to be fine. I don't know how to. I mean, it's a sense that I had that it's the waters know, and it's good.
Yes, brilliant. Yeah,
Well,
Sharon,
that's
go for it.
easy for you to say, but typically realities. I'm basically in the desperation mode, searching for another masterful project vision. And it's kind of interesting because once you find it, you don't know where it's going to go, but if you believe in it, it's going to be big. And so I'm in the searching mode now. But it's kind of exciting. Uh, um, it'll work. It'll work out. I've had moments of mastery, and just they turn me on, mostly like play. What she mentioned, but it personal, but it turned into be a master, kind of a masterful success. But so I'm in the transition mode here. Something will come up.
That sounds like next level mastery coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he is very masterful in many ways. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, Sharon, go for it.
Well, honestly, I was just vibing. I was just energetically, if you like, just vibing. I could feel the vibrations. I don't know what of or whatever, but just kind of feeling that. I got a few flashing lights, so I don't know if I had a few meteors passing through me, but I was just vibing. Whatever it was, it was.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, one of the key things, I think Colin mentioned it, maybe some others, you become an instigator, an initiator, an accelerator. It's something when you go out to do this kind of work, you go into a higher vibrational version of reality. Like it's still present. It's not like you're way out there necessarily somewhere. You're here and fully alert and fully with it, but you're in a different vibrational frequency, which is the vibing piece, I think. And then, but you both let go and accelerate something at the same time, which is interesting. So, in the one hand, you could say you surrender, you let go of what you know, what you think, what's possible, your intention even. You just go for whatever is waiting to happen. That's one of the things we practice in the Meisters group all the time. Is you go for like there's always new possibilities waiting to emerge. The next level of us, the next level of the world, the next level of the universe, source, evolving, life moving, etc. So you just aim for what's wanting to happen through us next. And then so it's that I don't think I would quite call it a paradox, but it's like you're both letting go and activating at the same time. And then you just soar and see what comes, and you go with what comes. And that what comes will match with your unique mastery. So that each one of us will do a piece connected to our unique mastery, but aligned with what's wanting to happen now. And so all the pieces of the puzzle come to fall into place. Sometimes I call it kaleidoscopic creation, like a kaleidoscope where you turn it and it goes, it makes beautiful pictures no matter where you turn it, kind of thing. And other times I call it collaborative genius fusion, because in essence, both of those terms would accurately, I think, describe what we're doing. So I would also say what was referred to as the field 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever, is now something so much more. It's more dynamic, it's more intelligent, it's more powerful, it's more source fueled, it's more source, it's all like the field is alive. It's not just that consciousness isn't just a warehouse of information or masters that you can tap anymore. It's like a dynamically interacting field of possibilities, potential, creation, moving. And I think it takes a collective to move these things into play. Yes, we could all go and stand on a mountain and stand by the beach and, do whatever we do that gives us joy and bring things in. But when we do it together and you get this kaleidoscopic thing spontaneously that happens, you get these extraordinary big outcomes from it. So it's very different from an individual mastery. It's very connected with the forces of nature and the oceans and the waters of the world and the stars and the universe and source and infinite mother and all of it. It's all part of the dynamism of what's wanting to be get created through us, is how I would say it. Sound cool? Okay. Any questions, any comments, any shares? And before we'll do it again, because we often find the Maestros group, if you do this 2 or 3 times, something will become evident. That's the picture that's forming. So anybody want to ask or share anything before we do that?
I enjoyed your new book.
Oh, thank you. That was called Becoming Legendary, which, was strange for me to title it at first, because I wouldn't say I'm legendary in the stars, but I don't know if I'm legendary on Earth yet. But it's about us becoming legendary. That's really was its purpose. It was a story of my life, but it's really about the times we're in and all of us being legendary. Thank you. That's wonderful.
You become legendary again and again through life, I would say.
In a very interesting ways. I was born very, very ordinary, as I said in the beginning of the book. Like you couldn't get more ordinary than my beginnings, kind of thing. But how it's turned out is just like, what? That was just unpredictable for that kid that was born in 1950. So yeah, and I'll bet you all have stories like that, because I think we came for this. We came probably even for this time. I know we've all done things throughout our life that have contributed, but this is the time right now. This is it. That the real fulfillment of that, the real power of that is being fulfilled. So exciting. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Anybody else? Anything before we try it again? Okay. Okay, so high vibing, letting go and accelerating and going for whatever wants to move through us now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Jeepers. Oh my goodness. How many people had a sense of like awe at that? Yeah, me too. This very still peaceful movement began, and then out of the earth emerged this beingness that was so beautiful and breathtaking and and it just like filled me with awe. And I said this on the Maestro call the other day, but in March 1996, Santara and I were in Glastonbury, living a couple doors down from Michael and Cheryl at the time. And at the time, we saw like as whatever the spirit of the earth was kind of left because it had completed its contribution. And we've been waiting all this time for like something to, it's evolved, but for something to the earth to become sort of thing. And it felt like it just happened. That's what it felt like to me. And that's 30 years that it's taken. But whoa, that was just, and it was so beautiful. It was almost breathtaking to experience. So I want to hear what each one of you got, because as I stopped and I could look around, I could see how deep and powerful each of you was with it. Like you were really in it. Yeah, Lena, go for it.
Before I forget it, it was little, I don't know what an experience or more like a dream or a channel. I don't know what it was, but I came to a big oak, I don't know what oak, but wooden door, like a port, a big, high, big, like a medieval, old style thing. And I'm still kind of yawning because there's so much energy. So I opened that door, and in there was like a big room, like it was like in medieval time. It's very lot of stones and things, and there was people there, and it was very fresh air, very light. And I was thinking, what is this? Is it a place that is good or bad, or what is it? And then I got the answer. It's neither. It's not good, not bad. It's to keep
And so just a sec,
humanity.
whoever's got the noise, can you hit your mute off? Thanks. Sorry, keep going, Lena.
Yeah. So it's not good and not bad. It's whatever keeps the humanity going and going to evolve. So sometimes it can be bad in some situations and good in others. And it was like above good and bad. It was lifting up creation. I don't know. It was weird. And it was a lot of energy. So I think I stopped there.
But an amazing journey, adventure, right? Like
It
an
was more like a
experience.
journey, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Maybe you were opening the door to ancient wisdoms or something like that,
Yeah.
like.
And that's weird. What was it? It wasn't good or not bad. It was in a different dimension. It didn't wasn't about that. It could be either. So I don't get it. But it was different.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
You can tell that each piece contributes to the whole fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharon, sorry, I muted you while you were doing all that. So if you can't get it unmuted, let me know and I'll do something with it. So yeah. Okay, who else? What'd you get? Yeah, Colin. I was just going to say Colin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I was feeling into what wants to happen, and I, I've been getting the sensation of the like the current reality, solidness and boundaries, and all the stories about how solid we are and all that sort of thing, releasing and relaxing. And I could see it's almost like when you see in a movie, the current scene sort of wobbles a bit, and then it opens to a new scene. And that's what I was getting. I was getting the current reality, if you like, what's before us, just beginning to wobble and become less solid. And behind that is already there the new one. So it's not like we're trying to take down the old and rebuild it.
Yeah.
there'll just be a nice, easy transition, one for the other, it felt like. And it's not like we're that far away. It's actually right there.
That's
It's
right.
just a tune on the dial, move your awareness or your consciousness, and there it is. It's there. So that's what I was doing, and that was the feeling I was getting was just gently moving my awareness into the new and the old disappearing. And actually not having to do anything, just sit there and watch it happening,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
You kind of
So
it kind of reminded me that for ages, a couple of years now, I've been saying to the Maestros group, let's turn the whole world out in a single go. And they, and we kind of smile about it. And we do the next piece, 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 right? And it's been like a series of next, 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 creating this thing. And the new has really landed. Last August it started, October it really came in, and the solar eclipse this past weekend really like boom, there it is. And when we were doing this last tune in together, that it whizzed through my awareness. Oh, there, it's turned out in a single go by us. That's what I think just happened. That's wonderful. Yeah, because it's like all the pieces are in place. Everything's here. So exciting. Yeah. Who else?
I think the change shift happened actually quite a little while ago. But I agree completely with what Colin said. It's really a shift of awareness. There is a sense of movement, but there's no actual movement. The awareness is the key part, the boundedness that you conceive of with your thoughts and ideas about how physical reality is shaped and how it shows itself in the mechanisms of being in physical form. But it's all made up too. And what we're looking at is the unbounded version and how to operate in an unbounded way with one another.
Nicely said. And in unbounded practical ways as well. Because how many have noticed you more influential with making magic happen these days? Yeah. Like, like something's, like it was there before, but now it's really there. Like it comes so kind of naturally that these outcomes happen that you really almost things get solved without even having to try and solve them. You just have to kind of align yourself in some way or whatever, and it all just like turns itself out magically. That's what we've really noticed here and with friends, and so you're all saying the same thing too. So yeah, exciting. Yeah. Anybody else want to share what happened when you did that last one? Yeah, Lynn.
I felt just like as if I went into another reality, and I can't even remember what I experienced. It was like just a very different place than sort of almost like where one goes when one dreams, but I was still here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
thinking, did I fall asleep? No, I didn't fall asleep, but I was really far, far, like in a very, very high kind of space.
Well, because I opened my eyes before everybody else, and you could see how deep you all were. Like the deepness was very easy to see in each person's face and the energy kind of thing. You could see that you'd gone deeply, powerfully far in some way. Yeah. Sharon, you gonna say something and see if you can get the mute off. If not, I'll hit something. Oh, good. Worked.
Yeah. My experience was quite different. It was like I was in the fire, the awful fires we're having all over the world. But I was really in the fire and in the flames and just being part of it. I wasn't scared or anything else. I was just there.
But you are very transformationally phoenixy, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a thought. It's a
Yeah.
thought.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're much more than that too, but that would, you're very transformational, and the fires would represent all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good thought.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. See how each one of us brings something so different, yet the whole feeling, picture, the how you attune to it, how you contribute to it, and each piece, I think, is essential to it. Almost like we're called together in some way for particular pieces of work, and those who aren't don't show up. You know, it's kind of like that. It's amazing. It's just the right people at the right. There's like a giant, what I would call source intelligence at play with everything, and I've begun to really trust that. So even times where I think, oh no, I don't, you could get annoyed or you don't want to go to this or that. Then I go, and turns out to be the most incredible experience
Yeah.
that I've ever had when I thought I was just going along for the ride kind of thing. It's like there's an inner calling that guides us towards what is ours to do. So yeah, exciting. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, Bobby.
So the sense I had in this lineup was each kind, level, layer of conscious life, consciousness, um, was being fed, sustained, nurtured through and into this evolving, expansive vastness. Like individuals and the waters and the earth and
Yeah.
the trees and everybody. And then I got this almost comical visit to what seemed to be what was called
What was
oh,
it called?
chaos's closet.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where that's going to go, but we'll see.
Well, it's interesting. My picture when you said that is like of opening a clothes wardrobe with all these beautiful clothes in it. Like all the possibilities out of chaos, all the creation that's there. That's the image I had as soon as you said it. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot more organized, I think, than chaos has ever been given credit for. We'll put it
I
that
think
way.
so too. I've been really today even something came up about something that happened for a friend that was so like what? That actually led to an outcome that was so like what? Like and I was saying to Centauri and I was talking to Kelly and I was saying some great intelligence has its hand in all these things. It seems to know what to do, when to do it, where to take us, and we just have to stay in it, in the game with it, and not just trust, because we're also learning to be co-source creators of creation. So again, it's not a paradox, but you're doing two things at the same time. You're trusting at the same time as you're becoming a source. And that's fascinating to me as to how that works. Yeah, exciting. Yeah.
Well, it's trusting the source and trusting that we are becoming those co-creators. Like
Yes.
that's a whole new level of trusting. Like me? Who me? Like yes, you go for it.
Well, one of the big breakthroughs in the last month, well, for us anyways, that Colin initiated the conversation about a month and a half ago about being masters, right? I think that was you who brought it up in one of the calls. And I think in the last month and a half, we're owning that mastery. Not just mastery, we're owning being masters, which I think is a different thing than just owning your mastery. And it is a modern day version of that. It's not like you're walking around in a robe, sitting in meditation on the top of the mountain. Like it's more like you're doing the dishes, you're going to buy the groceries, you're, moving through the world, you're hosting calls, you're coaching people, you're doing whatever you do, whatever it is but when you own your mastery, you escape. We own being a master, you escape the constrictive constructs of the old reality.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually, in my language, it's what I call wild eldership.
Yeah.
So everything you're saying is like, yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. It's like a claiming of it with no ego attached to it. Because again, it's not a paradox, but it's like you don't get a big head from this. You don't think, oh, I'm great. It's more, as soon as you get there, you think, life is awesome. The world is awesome. Everyone is awesome. All life forms, waters, the nature, earth. Oh my God. Like you're in just,
Incredible.
yeah, it's a completely different shift into a way of being that I think is quite extraordinary. So yeah, beautiful, huh? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, anybody else want to share? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going on from the idea, the mastery idea, and it fits very much with what you've called this spontaneous mastery, is that we've come from a bunch of definitions of what masters look like
Yeah.
and what ray they've come in on and what skills they've got, and there's some very good stuff out there, and
Yeah.
I've consumed it avidly, but recently it just seems to happen that. Today I'm gonna it's it's Sananda I'm feeling, and let's do that. Tomorrow, Archangel Michael, tomorrow. And these are the labels that we've given to, I don't know, these mastery energies that are flowing through us. And we are all of those, and or whichever one we're called to be in the moment is
Yes.
is presented.
Yes.
And it could be a mix. It could actually be a whole, the whole lot or just one.
Yeah.
And I just get the freedom, if you like, the spontaneity of it is that if you just let go of all the labels and just accommodate the fact that you can be whatever it is you need to be in the moment,
Yeah.
and it'll flow naturally because you've stepped back and allowed. And I get that's the freedom, that's the sort of wonder and awe that goes with that I absolutely love. Yeah.
Beautifully said. Okay, Julia, go for it. Oh, you're on mute.
In tandem with what's being said, to me, the ultimate mastery is nature. Nature is just wonderful, and we all know it's surviving and it will survive everything that's happening. But I go for those who don't know, I go dipping in the sea every morning. I live near the sea. I've been doing it for 4 years, all year round. And this morning when we went in, it has never ever been as warm. And we're in there, and we were floating as though we were in a bath, and it's never been as warm, and the sea was comfortable with its own warmth, and I thought it was quite amazing. It was. I wish you could have all been there and felt it. It is. We've never felt anything like that in the 4 years. It's quite
Wow.
incredible. It was almost like the sea saying, "I am surviving all this," and it was just beautiful. We didn't have
Wow.
to come out. We could have stayed there forever, but we won't get wrinkled or all that. But it was just incredible. Yeah. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
nature has got the mastery, you know, all together. It's just wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, you know, those on the Maestro calls will have heard me say this, but we ourselves have evolved, I think, quite beautifully in the last 2 decades, for sure. So where before we had a field of energy around us and, you know, the chakras and the whatever. And then you'd have an essence or soul in you, and you'd have a higher self or a greater being. And that's as far as you'd stretch. For most people, some of you more than that, but but now what's available is you stretch to right straight to the origins of life, to source, to creator, to the infinite mother, to, you know, whatever yours is. And that's happening both from within and the other direction, whatever that is. And so what's happening is in the middle, instead of being a fixed, you're a person, you have genetics, you have a DNA, you have life learning, this is who you are. You're trying to figure out who you are. That's the important thing. Now it's like, I can be anything. I can create myself as any movement, force, possibility, creation. What's next? Oh, and there's a joy to the not being fixed. Y'all experiencing that? Anybody? Yeah, it's like, oh, we don't have to be fixed anymore. We can be anything we want to be. Yeah, Lynn, go for it.
I'm just thinking that this experience I had very clearly on last Friday was this. It's not so much that there's any. I don't have an experience of anything going through me like masters or anything like that. It's just that whatever I thought was me, or before I had this kind of what shall I say, almost like a furnace of thinking that I'm this, and that is falling away. It's the whole identification is falling away. So there's less of a filter between me and whatever is. So
Yes.
therefore I am everything. But it's not something fixed. No, it's just becoming more and more at one. I suppose, or maybe that's what you talked about yesterday about singularity. I don't know, but it's like all the projections are kind of collapsing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I said yesterday that a year and a half ago, I wrote that we were co-sourcing the singularity, which is the moment in time where everything goes infinite. That's kind of its definition. So, but yesterday I said, no, we are actually inside the singularity now. It's happening. This is it. We're in it. So there's that. Yeah. But we are also, I liked how you said it, Lynn. We're the everything, all of life, source, creator, universe, all of it. We're everything, and we're still unique. So, but unique isn't a fixed, hold on to kind of thing. It's like a doorway through which our uniqueness and our genius plays for creation, kind of thing. I guess that's how I'd say it. It might be better ways of saying it, but that's kind of how I feel about it too. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Super. Okay, so we do just one more quick ones.
Just
Oh,
before
yeah.
you do, after getting quick, Celera pushes the button and you go boom. I was thinking about the workshops we did many years ago. We were talking about telepathy, and it was like about you reading energy of other people, not as if there's any reading of minds, etc. But I suppose in the current experience, what you're saying is if you can conceive of yourself of being all things, all intelligences, all consciousnesses that have been defined, etc., and bring it all together as one giant conglomeration, then what we're doing is we're understanding each other in different ways. And I think that's such a really big progression, which enables you to consider that reality isn't a fixed thing. reality isn't even really an individual thing or collective thing. Reality is an undefined thing, really. It is somehow we use language to try and make things apparent and clear to each other. But if we somehow let the language go and understand the energetics of what prompts us to be able to be fluid with each other, then things just happen. You don't have to plan to do things. You don't have to get people together to change the reality because you've already agreed that the reality has already changed. And there's a progression of changes taking place beyond what you might conceive to be a serial time sequence. It is just, you could go boom, boom, and take it a lot of different steps. And I think the beauty is that we're, as Lynn is saying, you drop the definitions, you drop the ideas of preconception. You no longer rely on things that you used to know. So the spontaneity is almost like a breathing of something which fashions itself in the moment into perhaps words and language, or even ideas and thoughts and concepts which aren't preconceived, which, boom, they're there. They've already changed something in others because they come with this fire of creative possibility that sort of like magicalizes the moment. And we all together, we are all in the movement of whatever the shift and the change is allowing to take place. So there's no planning involved. I think that's what you're talking about, the spontaneity.
Aces. Okay, before we go, because we're almost on the hour, whatever you want to give to the whole, to life, to all, to everything, to the earth, anything, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh boy, you could actually feel the field a buzz. Like I could feel it on my hands, where the whole field gets going. Bzzz. Like it was quite lovely. And what I thought we did was gift spontaneous mastery to every form, every life form, every being, the earth, the universe, everything had it available to them. So Gunny's nodding her head. So maybe it wasn't just me that got that. What'd you get, Gunny?
What did I'm just spaced out, I think. And so it feels so much, but when I come back and you start talking, it just goes. Don't need to talk about it, I think.
Okay, you may not be the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's going, yeah. Great, yeah. Anybody else want to share anything? No? Okay. Okay, so just take a deep breath. Be present, be alive, be awesome. Yeah, that feels good. Oh, thank you all for being part of this. That was wonderful. So I'll share the video into the group, the event page. I'll put it on my timeline. And if you want the download link for the video so you have it yourself, just message me and let me know and I'll send it to you. Okay? Yay,
you.
that was fabulous. Thank you all.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Okay, till
Bye.
the next time. Bye.
Bye.